So this is a little documentary, if you like, about the construction of my first garden railway on a very limited budget. The whole project started 5 months ago, middle of winter, and this is Canada. So we have no outdoors in the winter, and I decided to start the construction of the railway indoors, and I decided that I would have the track arranged on wooden pieces so that it could be easily dismantled in the winter and then reassembled in the summer. So I'm working here in the garage on various parts of the railway. I'm using very cheap plastic track, various makes that I've sort of picked up on eBay, and what I'm using underneath the track to simulate the track bed are these cut roofing shingles. So I think it makes a relatively realistic looking track. I've constructed out of odd pieces of wood some bridge elements and some trestles. At this point I'm not really clear as to what I need and how I'm going to arrange them, but I'm having fun making up these things, spraying them up and just playing around in the winter in anticipation of getting outside. Well, 2 months later, we are outside here, and the snow is just thawing out. There's still a lot of snow on the ground, and it's hard, frozen. But this is the site that is going to be used for the garden railway. And here, oh, it's another month passed, but now now we have rain. But you can see that I've started to lay out the track base, and indoors I'm still doing things. Here is a very inexpensive train, a Newqida train, and what I've done here is actually removed a few of the side panels to reveal more of the wheel mechanisms, and just I think makes it look a little bit better. Okay, so the weather is improving now, and we're outside, and I've laid the first tracks. You see I have one level higher than another, and the trick here is to have the tracks absolutely level, particularly with these rather inexpensive trains. They tend not to be able to cope with track that is anything other than absolutely level. So here you can see I have an upper level and a lower level laid out, and still lots of things in construction. And again, the major problem at this stage is getting an absolutely level track, otherwise the trains will just keep derailing. Here's that Newqida train, less than $100 for this, radio controlled, and I also have these carriages which are also Newqida. The original ones were a bit longer, but I actually shortened them, so that's that passenger train. Now, this goods train here, you may recognize this is a big hauler from Bachmann. It's a very nice train. I decided to weatherize it and make it look old, so you can see the before and after. And now we see here the Bachmann big hauler looking quite realistic, and on the lower level the Newqida. So these trains I purchased for less than $100 a piece, and for a first go at a garden railway, it's just great. There you go. There's the Bachmann big hauler. I've modified a few things on it. Put a bigger switch on the cabin so that it's easier to stop and start. And now you can see a little bit more. I'm still developing the village. Still have a few little house structures here which need to be painted up. So this is where I am presently. I have a road system, again just pieces of wood painted black with a little roundabout and some cheap plastic toys from Dollarama and Walmart, and small flowers, small plants, which are still, of course, going to be growing out and filling out the spaces. So there it is, on a budget, a garden railway. Probably spent less than $500 total, including the trains were about $100 each, and the railway carriages cost a little, but everything else is being made up with very cheap objects. The little houses that I'm going to keep painting there are little bird houses from Michael's store. So there it is, up and running, and finished so far, but these things are really never finished.